Thank you. So, hi, my name's Kim Delalo. I am the Member Relations and Business Development Manager here at the Canada Organic Trade Association. Thank you to those who have been able to join us live today, and thank you to those who will watch the recording of this presentation today. At the Canada Organic Trade Association, we call ourselves CODA. CODA is always trying to discover new ways to promote organic in the Canadian marketplace. And we have struck up a relationship with Social Nature for which we are very excited. We feel that there's tremendous potential because after all, how is it that we are able to grow organic? It really is by tasting, feeling, sensing, reading the labels on the product. And that's what Social Nature does, which is totally amazing. So we're going to hear from them after I give the introductory comments here. As we begin, we always like to think, when we're talking about food, we always like to think about the land that we're on. And food comes from the land. Our cosmetics and our healthcare comes from the land as well. And here at CODA, we are located in Ottawa. And we are on the unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation, whose time here reaches back to time immemorial. And so we do these land acknowledgements to kind of locate ourselves and realize that everything comes from the land. And thank you very much for thinking about that as we go. When we get into the presentation, you'll be hearing from Ashlie Winson-Jones, and also her colleague is Cassidy Winter for answering questions about the program. Sampling is a very big part of most brands, and how you get the products into people's hands. Well, Social Nature has created some very innovative techniques for doing that, where you can get key demographic insights about your audience, and this will inform your brand strategies. So that's why the Canada Organic Trade Association is so pleased to bring you this innovative new benefit. So CODA members will benefit with a 5% discount as part of the Social Nature package. And so let me pass it over to Ashlie. I'm so pleased that you're here to tell us about the program. And we expect the webinar to go somewhere within the half an hour window. We might go a little bit over that or under that, but please stay with us as we can answer questions either throughout the presentation or at the end. Thanks a lot, and welcome to Social Nature. Looking forward to this.
Thanks, Kim. I'm going to share my screen because I have a bit of a presentation for us. But yeah, thanks so much for the introduction. So very nice to meet and have the opportunity to present today. Though, from a presentation perspective, I'm thinking we do both. If you have any questions along the way, you can feel free to put them in the chat bar, and Cassidy will help us field some questions and answers as we go. But I also will leave time for after the presentation for as many questions as you want to ask. Sometimes I find that the roundtable discussion is really what brands benefit most from. So pipe up and let me know what your thoughts are as we go. So yeah, thanks so much for the time and introduction, Kim. My name's Ashlie. I'm one of the founding members here of Social Nature. We've been doing this for 9 years now. We're actually headquartered in Vancouver, Canada, but do programming across North America. And our mission is to help natural brands get discovered on the shelf and into people's cupboards. So what's unique about Social Nature is that we are a digital sampling platform powered by a community of 1.1 million shoppers. And these folks are people like you and I that are interested in discovering better for you products. Part of the arrangement with our community is that they get to try for free or at a high discount. And our belief is that that is the true path to discovery, is that it's very hard these days to ask for a new consumer to purchase the product without having first tried it themselves. So that's kind of our mission, is that these folks get to try before they buy. To date, we have sampled over 4.6 million products. And part of that consumer journey is that members leave reviews, and you'll be able to repurpose those reviews across North America. So as I mentioned, getting discovered by your target consumer. When a community member signs up to Social Nature, and it's open to do so for anyone, if you haven't already, feel free to sign up. And you'll get a sense of how we're able to target your ideal customer through the profile questions that are answered. So we're asking members questions around shopping habits, demographics, where do they shop, what do they shop for, what do they buy, what don't they buy, and that allows us to get your products into the hands of your ideal target consumer. One of the reasons for Social Nature, and we started the company, like I said, 9 years ago, was almost to replace an in-store demo model, where we found that the in-store demo model was broken as it was highly dependent on weather that day, the hour of the day, which particular store you were doing the in-store demo at. And it was also really difficult to capture a lot of information along that journey, because you just weren't able to, I mean, even you as a founder, I'm sure when you do the in-store demo, you're able to collect a ton of wonderful information, but when you outsource it and try to scale that model, it's very hard to do so, and it becomes very expensive. And so that was one of the reasons why we started Social Nature. One of the things that's really interesting about shopper marketing, and that's how I think of Social Nature, is that it's a shopper marketing play. And you as a company work so hard to get the product on the shelf, and there's very few levers to pull to get the product off the shelf. So you've done all this work in creating the perfect product, you've got it on the shelf, but nobody knows that you're on the shelf. And what we find is interesting is that then the tension becomes between you and the retailer, your most prized customer, is now wondering why your sales are not increasing the way they thought it would. And so traditionally, it's very hard to run geo-targeted ads. If you've ever tried to do so, it's insanely expensive, especially in Canada. And so you have a limited time and reach to basically hit your sales targets before you start having those uncomfortable conversations with retailers. And that's where Social Nature comes in. And not to scare anyone, but really this is why 70% of new products launched fail within their first 5 years, because this like weird mechanism of all of this time, energy, and capital being spent on getting products on the shelf. And then this is where you would turn to someone like Social Nature to get products off the shelf. How do we do this? So we have a community of, like I said, 1 million natural shoppers. What's very unique about our platform is that you are able to geo-target by your store list. So you're able to tell me, we just launched this product at these Loblaws locations, and now I want to do a Social Nature campaign to target by these stores. I don't know any other platform out there that can do this. This allows us to be hyper-focused and geo-targeted. This is a better return on investment for your marketing dollars. And also, like anything, most brands don't win at retailer. You don't often go from 0 stores to national distribution. You often are received some 100 random stores. Maybe you get into 100 random Loblaws locations, and that's where you need to take this very hyper-targeted approach. As we take your store list, we then geo-target within a 10K radius of those stores, inviting our members to opt into the campaign. Those folks opt in, and then based on your ideal targeting criteria, we select the people that best meet your criteria based on those targeting demographics that you would have shared with us, and also budget. So you can tell me, I'm launching a new product at Loblaws for back to school, and I want to activate 3,000 people at these Loblaws locations. So within a 3-month period, we would choose the best 3,000 people that have opted into your campaign. Selected members receive a free VIP coupon to redeem in store. Now that's really interesting. So of course, the connection between the free trial and in-store means that we're showing the community member exactly where to find your product in store, and that redemption on the free coupon counts as a sale. So when Loblaws is asking you, what are your marketing levers to support sales at retail, this is what you can say. There is also opportunity to ask pre and post trial surveys of these members. So often questions around what's your experience with us as a brand? How often do you buy within this category? Now that you've had a chance to try the product, how does it compare to these competitors, and so forth? We would co-create these questions for you, and of course have a ton of experience in doing so. Our community profile. So as I mentioned, the community is coming to the platform to discover better for you products. What's interesting is we're often invited to CHFA to report back on kind of the natural consumer and how maybe this has changed during COVID, inflation, and so forth. And so we're constantly pulling data against our own community to be able to report back on what's actually happening amongst these shoppers. Right now, consumers are shopping at 3.5 retailers on average, both natural and conventional. So think that you are, as a shopper, you're probably going to Costco, Walmart, maybe you're going to, I mean, I'm in Vancouver, so I go to a Choices for my Better For You products, or a Whole Foods. And then I also shop on Amazon Prime. So that would be my average 3 to 4 retailer stores. We also ask members what's their top health goals. It's always interesting to hear that people today, and this actually changes quite a bit over the years, but today, people's top health goals are eat healthier, increase energy, be happy, get better sleep, lose weight. 82% have said that social nature has helped them achieve these goals by discovering these better for you products. And 54% regularly buy brands that they've had a chance to try as a result of social nature. We often know that it takes marketing, like there's a common data point that it takes 7 touch points for you to actually resonate amongst a consumer. So to, you know, for brand recall or recognition, 7 touch points is required. And what's interesting is that just being on the social nature site, whether maybe the person never actually had a chance to try the product because they live beyond the retailer that you were targeting, but regardless, we're actually seeing that consumers, our members, are reporting back a huge increase in brand awareness just being on our site. And then if this person participated in your campaign, they see and engage with you as a brand 12 unique touch points along that consumer journey when it comes to the recruitment, the pre-trial survey, the receiving the VIP coupon, the post-trial survey, the reviews, and so forth. There's a ton of opportunity to highlight your differentiated benefits, brand story, and so forth. And so a ton of just brand awareness included in the campaign. Getting real-time shopper insights to win on the shelf. So it's interesting because answering pre and post trial questions, okay, so who cares? Why do I need that information? You really need that information. This is the kind of information that really makes you stand out in this market. So getting a sense from consumers, why they're interested in trying your products, what attributes resonates most. A lot of times brands have a ton of product attributes and brand story positioning statements, and they're unsure what should be their first foot forward. We're able to incorporate those in the questions and then report back that I have a client, the fact that their product was made in Italy, he thought that was his first touch point. And in fact, it actually was their protein. The product is pasta, and it's 12 grams of protein per serving. And that was resonating most amongst community members, not the fact that the product was made in Italy. So just an interesting play on it. Sometimes as a founder, we're too close to our own products to really get an objective sense of why and how come it's important. Understanding how a member is engaging with your product against your competition. That can be really helpful because as an emerging brand, when you're talking to Loblaws and presenting your products, obviously your brand awareness is low. But if we can show that despite having low brand awareness, once someone's had a chance to try your product, their purchase intent is 80%, and they plan to buy once a month thereafter, those are the kind of touch points that we're able to incorporate into a retailer buyer review deck that you can use to persuade new retailers why they should put you on shelf, and your current retailers why they should keep you on shelf and pick up your next new product. The product reviews. Shopify is one of our investors. So if you want to add those reviews on your D2C site, for instance, that will automatically boost your SEO and add credibility and support your direct-to-consumer sales as well. So again, we think of social nature as digital sampling as the primary use case, but there is, from what I'm trying to show you here, a ton of reason to work with us thereafter. And we really do take on the heavy lifting of showing you the what and why and how to use this information for you. So over the 9 years that we've worked, we've helped over 500 plus natural brands win on shelf. You'll see that some of these testimonials, and I will include this deck as a follow-up so that you're able to kind of look at this in more detail. But I will highlight Bob's Red Mill because everyone knows who Bob's Red Mill is. We work with Bob's Red Mill and have been doing so for 7 years now consistently. They use Social Nature across North America to launch new products at key retail accounts. And so we're their primary kind of new product launch strategy. And Lindsay, who I'm great friends with, says that we love that the true complete shop opportunities are created within our campaigns, from finding the product in store, moving it off shelf, trial, and reviewing. The insights we receive are so valuable for sales, marketing, and innovation. So it's a good way of hearing it from the brand's perspective. So why partner with Social Nature? Social Nature helps brands acquire new shoppers at retails, gain actual insights, and get those reviews. And email opt-ins. Sorry, I haven't mentioned that, but as part of the post-trial process, we will ask the community members to opt in so that you're able to stay in touch and retarget them yourselves thereafter. That's it in a nutshell. So as Kim mentioned, that we have a 5% discount set aside for any Coda brand, but I also wanted to include a buyer review report. And so that would be a kind of PDF that you would be able to use post-campaign as a result of those pre and post-trial insights and reviews. And I found that brands have used this for kind of case studies in expanding into new markets. And again, is a bit of a highlight to support to their current retailers how they're supporting sales through.